So Auston Matthews, this is one of the big stories, obviously on Thursday, but he's expected to miss at least 1 week. They're saying it's not serious. I don't care what they're saying. I take everything with a grain of salt regarding the injury status of Auston Matthews. But when you see that come across the wire, especially after Wednesday, I know the team didn't practice. They got an off day, so we weren't going to find out anything, and we didn't hear anything on Wednesday. What goes through your head when you see Matthews down and out and missing a few games, at least here?
Hmm. That he's fuckered, that he's got some chronic problem, whether it's his wrist or his back, and he'll never be the same. I mean, that goes through my mind. I don't like it, but we thought he looked a little better coming out of training camp and whatnot. And I've got chronic back stuff going on, and you can get on top of it and do a bunch of stuff in the summer or whatever, and then feel pretty good. And then once you get playing back, it just creeps right back in. And sometimes there's issues that, not everything this day and age, you can just snap your fingers, go get surgery, and you're all fixed up. Some stuff is just like, it's a multitude of problems, and this thing's working on that thing, and this thing's buggering up that. And I don't know what the hell's going on, but he's hurt a lot, and we don't know where or what or why. And here we go again. So I don't know. The conversation is starting to creep in that this guy will never be the same. And it's hard to
Yep.
argue against it.
Yeah, no, honestly, to answer my own question there, I just have resigned to the fact that he'll never be the guy who scored 69 goals again. Like, considering what I've seen to start this season, considering what I saw all of last season dating back, that version of Auston Matthews, finito, it's gone. I mean, he's not getting any younger. I mean, people talk about this guy like he's 23, he's 28. And so the longer you go, anybody who's living right now will comprehend it's just harder to react, and your body doesn't react as effectively as you get older. I still think he's a great player. I still think he has obviously the ability to be a star, but we have not seen this guy take over a hockey game in a long, long time. That is very concerning to me. Where in the past, and a year ago, Rosie, we looked at Matthews as a bona fide top 10 superstar in this league, where it's like, man, I would love to have that guy on my team. It's just, I hate to be negative about it, but you sort of resign to the fact that he's just not going to be the same guy anymore. So we can't think that way anymore. Can you explain why they're so good without their star players, or when they're missing,
No.
like, again, 45, 24, and 2 all time without Auston Matthews? The entire roster has to elevate. Max Domi is going to be the 2 seed, but do you have an explanation as to why that's the case? And take us in the room as a former player. Like, when you see a big dog like your captain go down, what's the initial reaction to that?
Well, they're used to it now, right? It's not like this is a foreign feeling to them. He's missed a lot of time, a lot of man games due to injury, and it's weird that their numbers are better. You'd think that it's so weird. I think that without Mitch last year too, they were really good, and it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Nothing like that. That's where this leafy term comes from. Is stuff that doesn't really make sense, but it happens all the time. Obviously the first thing you'd think of is everyone has to bear down and pick up the slack without Matthews, right? Which just blows my mind, because when you're playing in the NHL, there's no, I'll let them do it, I'll let him do it. Oh, he'll handle that. Like, you have to be, every single individual to a man has to bring as much as they possibly can to the table every single night to try to beat the other NHL team on the other side of the rink. But that's the only thing that kind of makes sense, is everyone bears down and says, I got to do more, I got to pick up the slack. But what pisses me off is, how was there any slack? Like, how are you leaving slack out there in the first place when you're going through what this team's been going through, especially this past week here on this slide they're on? It's just it doesn't make sense. And again, I don't know what to think about this team. I really don't. Nothing makes sense, and it doesn't make sense that they're as bad as they are right now, to be honest. I think I said that yesterday. They're not this bad. They shouldn't be this bad. But here we are.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.